What's up, y'all? Welcome to the J. Roos Theory. Make sure you subscribe, and I appreciate you watching. I want to talk about the difference in the villains from the Rocky movies to the Creed movies. I grew up watching Rocky in the 80s, and man, me and my cousin would watch Rocky 3 so much, I'm surprised the VHS tape didn't break. But, you almost memorize the lines and everything. And you liked Mr. T because he was so tough, and he had that look. But you didn't feel sorry for the character or feel empathy for them when they lost because, for one, they didn't really give a backstory to Clubber Lang. You just see he's kind of trying to intimidate Rocky. He says he didn't really get. He felt like Rocky was ducking him, but you didn't really feel sorry for him at the end when he got beat because, like I said, you felt like he was just trying to bully and beat up Rocky. And then the next movie, Ivan Drago, you definitely didn't feel sorry for him because look what he did to Creed, the dad that is, completely took him out and then didn't seem to feel any remorse at the end. So you definitely didn't feel sorry for him until you fast forward to the Creed movies. And oh, you definitely didn't feel sorry for Tommy Gunn the way he betrayed Rocky and after Rocky took him in his house and then he just turned on him for George Washington Duke. So you didn't feel sorry for him. But fast forward to Creed 2, you felt empathy. There was nothing about Mason the Lion Dixon. He wasn't really a villain in Rocky Balboa. But Victor Drago, you felt for. And then you feel for him and his dad, Ivan Drago, because you could see they're living in bad conditions how the movie starts. You see that Victor's mom, she left him and the dad seemed like for political prestige and maybe even money and all the things that come with it. So you kind of felt for Victor Drago, especially in the last fight with Donnie Creed when he looks in the audience and sees that his mom's no longer there. You see Ivan Drago look back and see that she's gone. So you feel empathy for them. And then there was a deleted scene in the locker room of Creed 2 where Donnie and Victor are having a talk. So you felt for him. You're almost not sure if you want Victor to win or Donnie to win. And fast forward to Creed 2 with Dame Anderson. You feel for him because you see that he took up for Donnie when they were youngsters and he felt like Donnie just kind of abandoned him and didn't look out for him. And sure, Marianne Creed hid the letters that Dame had sent Donnie, and so he didn't know that he was being written. But still, he could have still kind of found out where he was and checked up on him. You don't have to get letters to just do that. But if you've grown up in the hood or anywhere, you don't have to ever been to jail, but you can feel betrayed because you remember when you took up for somebody and you kind of expect them to do something for you in return. And he felt like Donnie didn't do that. He started off cool, so you felt sorry for him, but then he kind of changed and and plus he was a real dirty fighter, throwing elbows and stuff like that. And I guess he felt like the way things had gone for him, he was going to do whatever it takes to make sure that he would never go back to that situation. So he's throwing elbows, hitting under the arm and stuff, which I don't believe is illegal, but it's just not something you see done. But you feel for his character. And at the end, when he's in the dressing room talking to Donnie Creed, and he tells Donnie, go out there and be with your family. I thought it would have been a better line instead of Donnie saying, let me know if you need anything. I think he should have said, you are family. Come on. I think that would have been a great way to squash that. And I hear there might be a director's cut. I heard Michael B. Jordan talk about that. Maybe they can change that line or something. They're not going to do that. But I thought that'd be a better line. And there were people actually applauding in the movie theater at the end of the fight between Dame and Donnie Creed. And this lady behind me said, I'm glad they didn't hurt each other. And, I think black folks feel like this was a movie for us. But I still don't give any props to the Winklers, having control of the Rocky movies. Us black folks have seen things we've had taken over, like the hip hop culture was hijacked. I'm going to try to talk about that on an upcoming video, 50 years of hip hop. Is it really 50, or was it hijacked about 25 years ago? But we don't like our stuff taken, so imagine how Stallone feels. His characters and his ideas are just completely ignored, or, act like he's not important anymore. So I think that's messed up. Maybe if the people, everybody involved in Creed were like, we're not doing a movie unless Stallone gets his rights back, maybe that would have been a classy thing to do. But Michael B. Jordan did a great job directing. Of course, Jonathan Majors, he just did an excellent job of whatever he was trying to project. You could see that, like, if he's trying to project rage at Donnie for the things had been through, you see that. Like when he said, "Hey, baby Creed," just to try to get under Michael B. Jordan, under Donnie Creed's skin. And I was like, how did he know baby Creed would bother him? Because he wasn't there in the first Creed when that guy called him that in the hallway. But he was just trying to get under his skin, call him baby Creed, and then he punched him. So he was like, oh man, this guy's he's kind of letting his emotions get to him. But then later in the dressing room, it's like that beating Donnie gave him humbled him, and you felt for the guy. And I hope he's in the next Creed somehow. It looks like they put Victor Drago in this one to do a spinoff, which, Stallone's got to be involved somewhere in that. But it looks like Victor Drago might be getting a spinoff. Dolph Lundgren wasn't in this movie. I was like, where's Ivan Drago when Victor was sparring with Donnie? But that's the difference in the villains or the opponents, not so much villains in the Creed movies as opposed to the Rocky movies. The opponents in the Rocky movies were more like villains. Like you wanted to see Rocky beat them up because of how they were. But you don't really feel that way in Creed 2 and Creed 3 especially. You kind of see the other guy's point of view, like, man, they need this win too, or this guy feels betrayed and he had most of his life taken away from him for defending you. So you can kind of see why he's got a chip on his shoulder. He feels like Donnie was living the life that he should have been living, and he should have handled it totally different. Sabotaging Victor at that little get together, having his buddy hit him, so he could step in and take the title. I thought, wow, that was a twist. I didn't see that coming. Spoiler. But did you guys actually, for those of you that saw Creed 3, were you rooting for were you rooting for Dame Anderson, or were you going for Donnie? Or were you going for Victor when he fought Donnie? Who were you going for? You just feel for both guys. You can kind of see how this victory is important to both of them. And that's like I was saying, that's the main difference between the opponents in the Rocky movies and the Creed movies. You kind of feel for the opponents in the Creed movies, where not so much in the Rocky movies, because Ivan Drago was ruthless. He was controlled by the Russian government, so maybe what he said about Creed after that fight, maybe that was just propaganda to show the government, see, I'm riding with you. Maybe he didn't feel that way. But he didn't seem too remorseful at the beginning of Creed 2 either, When he came in and mentioned the picture on the wall, he just said, nice photo or picture of Creed. Instead of telling Rocky, hey, I'm sorry about what happened, that wasn't really me. But you kind of feel for him at the end of Creed 2, the way he's looking, like I said, when he looks back and see his ex has walked out of the arena, and then when you see Victor Drago look out there and see his mom is gone. So let me know what you guys think. Did you feel empathy for the characters in the Creed movies or the Rocky movies? This is the J. Roos Theory, LSR Forever. The reason I do this, be fearless. And y'all see that John Jones? Man, That dude had 3 years off. Maybe his body needed it. 3 years off, and he was training. He came back and put it on Ciryl Gane in 1 round. 1 round. John Jones is no joke. And Francis Ngannou, I don't think he wants that problem. Be fearless. Yay.